Hey, hi.
How's everyone?
Hello.
Pretty good.
I am dead tired.
Okay. Tempar?
Coffee.
Yes, you have coffee.
Like you wouldn't believe.
Hmm. Mishka, how are you?
Pretty alright. Been the usual day.
Rain?
Nothing terribly special.
I'm pretty good.
As for me, I'm starting a job tomorrow. Hooray.
Oh, that's tomorrow?
Yep.
What sort of job?
I'm going to be doing customer service support for Walmart at home.
Oh, fuck.
Yep.
Oh boy.
Prepare for pain. And remember, sometimes the best way to deal with these customers is to yell kurva mać at the top of your lungs.
Okay.
I don't
Whatever.
want to know.
So, our first topic of the night. Mishka, would you like to introduce us into the topic?
Yep. I'm pulling it up now. Sorry, a lot going on.
I bet.
Wrong way. It's loading. Give me a sec. Okay, so the first person
What?
sci-fi horror game called Routine has
No, it
now
wasn't.
had a release
Why would I be
release
washing
trailer
dishes for?
called Window. The game was first revealed in 2012, and now we're finally getting a trailer.
She said wash dishes.
User joined your channel.
You want to play the video?
Hey, Kiki, we're live.
You're live.
Hello.
We're doing it
Hello.
live. Fuck it.
What are you doing live?
The podcast.
Podcast.
Oh, I'm busting in mid podcast. Sorry about that.
And his name was QQ. Dun, dun, dun.
You can't see me.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so Routine is a first-person horror exploration game. So, along the same vein as Outlast, Amnesia, and in the description here, it's described as being like System Shock 2. So, it's pretty much blood, gore, set on a space station, try to avoid... Oh, wait, that sounds like Alien Isolation, doesn't it?
And,
Oh boy.
and Dead Space.
I am going
Well, no, in
to
Dead Space you could defend
slap you. That's all I'm gonna know. But yeah, like I heard that this game was finally coming out, and my first thought was, wait, this game is actually coming out now. Where the
Next
fuck
year.
were you people in the intervening 4 years of radio silence exactly?
5 years. It's not coming out till next year. March next year.
Well, yeah, my point is, this team really had some hype going in 2012, and they basically squandered it.
And now
I
better
most groups
horror
do.
games. And now better horror games like Scorn and Agony is coming out. And it's basically, leaving routine in the dirt, so to speak, when it comes to horror.
The thing is that they're in the time it's taken them to go from first reveal to release date. There was a game that was conceived of and made called Solarex, I believe, with the exact same concept almost. So it's like, Jesus Christ, dudes, you really dropped the ball on this one. I mean, don't get me wrong. I like the retro fucking 760/70 sci-fi aesthetic, but I remember looking at the gameplay and thinking to myself, it's gonna play like System Shock 1 without weapons, isn't it? And lo and behold, it looks like that's gonna be the case. I mean,
That
don't get
doesn't
me
sound
wrong,
very
I'll
fun.
probably play it, but it's a case of so many games, so little time, and I still haven't gotten around to Soul Rex.
And at the end of the day, it is very likely that System Shock 1 is going to be better, simply because it is available to play right now. If you ask me, I don't think this game is ever going to come out given its history of delays and just being, gone. I mean, like, what do you think? Do you really think that a game developer who has this sort of history with delays and no communication is ever going to make ever going to release what they said they're going to release?
I don't know. I guess we'll see how it turns out when it comes out in like 2017, assuming it does. I would love to be wrong, so fucking wrong, and this game is amazing and all that shit, but you just never know. I mean, for fuck's sake, when this game was announced, I was still in fucking college. Let that sink in.
Pretty much.
College.
Anyone else got some thoughts?
Thoughts.
It'll probably come out, spend a week or two as the new hot thing that all the YouTubers are playing before everyone forgets about it when the next new hot thing comes along.
Probably.
It would be pretty funny if PewDiePie ends up earning more money out of Let's Playing this game than the developers themselves via sales of the game.
If he plays it, it'll do decently at least, I'd imagine.
I don't know. I don't think that is guaranteed, but it is likely, but not guaranteed.
Well, we'll see.
Only time can tell.
Yeah, pretty much, for me, PewDiePie has been a good indicator of whether or not a game is going to be bad.
Whether or not he actually plays it.
No, because the thing is, though, PewDiePie plays almost exclusively YouTuber bait. With no real substance behind it.
YouTube bait. All the YouTube bait.
Pretty much. I mean, like, if they're going to make a game like that, then more power to them. But, yeah, games are designed specifically to be entertaining for YouTubers to play for the audience. It's generally not a good game to play on your own. So, and there's that.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, most horror games fit that bill.
Most horror games nowadays, anyway.
Pretty much, like, almost no developer knows how to build tension and put the players in a state of mind where they can be easily scared by even the slightest movement. I mean, hell, at this rate, right, even Postal 2 would be more scarier than most horror games that come out these days.
Because it's all about the unknown, really, and playing on the paranoia and fears of the player rather than
Indeed.
scary monster.
It's pretty much the same reason why I enjoy the original Halloween movie as opposed to the Rob Zombie remake. In the Halloween movie, there's just enough hidden to keep you wondering, while the Rob Zombie remake explains so much that all the mystique and scariness of the matter just vanishes.
Oh, Brownie, you son of a bitch. God damn it.
So yeah, we will see in 2017 if this game is actually any good. But until then, I recommend that you just pick up a copy of System Shock during the GOG sale and just have at it, because this game is pretty much drawing inspiration from System Shock 1.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, moving on to the next topic.
Alrighty.
This will be good.
Yeah.
I hate it when you say that.
I mean, it's our favorite shit publisher, Electronic Aids.
What did they fucking do now?
Let me put it this way, if you live in certain countries in the world, and you have an Origin account, and you have bought a few games using that account, you will suddenly find yourself unable to access or play those games anymore.
What?
And the reason for that at least EA's PR staff is giving out, is that they're doing this in compliance with US embargoes and sanction laws. Origin is not available in Cuba, Iran, Myanmar, North Korea, Sudan, Syria, Ukraine, the Crimea region. It has since been updated with the following. We are working to restore access to Origin to our players in Myanmar. And if you don't know where Myanmar is, it's formerly known as Burma. We apologize for any inconvenience this may have caused. We will share updates on timing as soon as possible.
Burma.
And all this news,
Go ahead.
all this came, and the funny part is that all this came right after U.S. President Barack Hussein Obama lifted trade sanctions against Myanmar earlier this month.
Yeah, about the only real thought I have on this can be summarized as this is what happens when you don't use free software.
Yep, Richard Stallman warned you, and you never listened.
I mean, Jesus Christ. I gotta admit, I'm getting kind of sick of this region locking bullshit and these fucking things where it's like, oh, we're gonna take your money when, you know, we don't actually have to follow these treaties for whatever reason, but because we need to, like, become even more evil just as the sanctions get lifted, we're actually gonna enforce this after we've taken your money and shit. Like, are you fucking kidding me?
To be fair though, they're still not as bad as Gearbox.
Certainly competing for that position.
Yeah, but Val,
Of
you're
course.
saying that you'd rather have the mouse turds in the cupboard. That's preferable to the dog taking a dump on the carpet.
Hey, at least the mouse turds are easily cleared out.
Yeah, but it's still not an ideal situation.
But yeah, like, the only other real thought I have on this can be summarized as Sudan, Syria. These people play games. Seriously? I didn't realize that EA had a large enough market to justify server expenses to serving that region of the
Buddy in your
world.
channel timed out.
There goes Grim.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of, I don't know, like, are they really legally obliged to follow those trade sanctions?
They haven't followed them in the past. They only just suddenly
Sorry.
did it.
In other words, this is just a bunch of bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, fam. It's been kind of iffy just how fucking laws like international fucking trade sanctions would work on a tech company that does its business primarily through the internet. Like, I just don't even know, fam. And it's a mess, and I'm pretty sure if I asked a lawyer, I would get 5 different answers.
All from the
And
same
none
lawyer.
of them are the complete picture of this situation.
Pretty much. But yeah, EA continuing to prove that they are in fact the evil alliance.
Okay, I'll say one thing in EA's defense though. At least EA has the I don't know, the conscience to put some of their games region and DRM free on GOG.com.
I wouldn't call it a conscience. It's more they want the money from increased sales. I mean, can you
I
imagine
think it's
how well?
more or less. I think it's
Buddy
less
entered your channel.
money from sales and more or less trying to wring a few extra dollars from dead IPs at this point. Because did you take a look at what they were selling on GOG? It was stuff like Pandemic Saboteur, Mirror's Edge, the original Dead Space, Dragon Age Origins. Like, come on. It's clearly a collection of EA's greatest hits, so to speak. You know, back when it looked like the future was bright before it was dashed mercilessly on the rocks.
Yeah, but think of it this way. As long as you have those games on GOG, EA has no power over you to take away those games.
They got power, as evidenced by the fact that Bethesda was able to get Fallout pulled for a long time off GOG.
Yeah,
And then
but
it
that's
got
only
re-added.
for people who don't already own the game. If you already own the game, you still have access to the game. Which is more than what could be said about E EA.
Yeah, I guess there's that point. But, yeah, I guess, hooray for Eastern Slavic magics? I don't know.
I mean, like, I would say that this is one solid thing EA has going for it right now that Gearbox isn't doing because they are completely lost. Oh yeah, this is another one of those examples when politics, like bigger scope politics and gaming collide. And this just reminds me of, the cuckolds in the earlier, in the early Gamergate discussions, where people, chant the party line of, no politics in gaming, no politics in gaming. Well, motherfuckers, I think you're gonna have to start paying attention now, because now there's gonna be a
Politics
lot
starting
more
to
politics in
fuck with
games,
your games.
whether or not you like it or not. And you're going to have to actually think about this shit, because if you don't, you might just find that one day just tier games is no longer going to be a possibility.
That's why I'm working on getting enough hard drives, my post-apocalyptic game collection. While everyone's just riding out the nuclear bombs, I'll be sitting down in the bunker playing up all my video games.
Until the hard drive failure kicks in.
Implying by the time the bombs drop, we won't have fucking hard drives that last for billions of years.
Why would they make that? Then they can't sell you the same hard drive over and over and over again.
Because we need to store our important government documents forevers.
Implying
Actually,
that they'll
there's one
sell it
good
to
reason
you.
for that. There's one good reason for that. As technology expands, as data transfer expands, our usage of data increases exponentially. I mean, remember when a 40 gigabyte hard drive was good enough for us? Well, good luck trying to fit an operating system on a 40 gigabyte hard drive and still have space for anything. Oh yeah, they will still sell hard drives, but it's more for reasons of storage space than replacement parts. Which is what, selling hard drives should have been about in the first place. But I guess, Shitgate wanted to squeeze their money's worth out of, conning buyers.
Val, you sound salty.
I've had secondhand experience from friends who've had nightmares dealing with Seagate. Which is kind of funny because everyone talks about how Western Digital is the worst of hard drives, and yet I have been using Western Digital for over a decade, and not once have I encountered a hard drive failure at all.
So, next topic then.
Alright. So, Steam is now making it so that if you're making a game and you put it on Steam, you can no longer put any concept art in it. You can only use screenshots of the actual game.
You mean things that should have been done to begin with?
Mm-hmm.
Ubisoft must be shaking in their boots.
Forget Ubisoft. Gearbox is shaking their butts because their primary means of selling you is by generating high via concept art and vertical slices of gameplay, both of which is going to be banned from being displayed in the store with their games because it's going to be bullshot. And that is what this is about. It's about preventing bullshot from being able to sell gamers on shitty games.
Which they can go and put up the concept art elsewhere. They just can't put it on their Steam article.
Pretty much.
Yeah, you can just put it in. You could put it in the community section.
I am very happy.
Oh,
with
are
this
we
change.
talking about the changes to the Steam thing that finally banned bullshots and is the final nail in the coffin of the con artist known as Sean Murray?
Mm-hmm.
Pretty much.
Yeah, I've got only one thing to really say on that. About fucking time. Are you ready for a miracle?
I'm about ready to puke.
Do you believe in
Well,
miracles?
Val, you know what that means. It's a case of you need to check your birth control.
I'm never
If
having
only.
kids.
Implying in before you eventually have kids. In before you're immediately like, I thought I would never have kids.
Nope, I'm never doing that to my body. But yeah, back on topic. I am so fucking glad that this change happened. Now, if only the law would catch up to Valve and actually make bullshot a finable offense. You know, an offense that you can get sued for.
Yeah, well, at least with this, I'm sure the rest of the fucking distributors are sure to follow soon enough.
One can only hope.
Either way, I'm pretty sure that Sean Murray was holding a pity party with Tim Schafer and Phil Fish, and they were like, our greatest late of schemes, foiled by a jolly Santa in Seattle.
But yes, here is another thing that is actually pretty interesting, is that Valve uses one of their own games as an example of what not to do when putting, screenshots and media on their store page. And they use Dota 2 as an example because Dota 2 previously had a lot of concept art and character artwork on the store page.
Oh, really?
Pretty much. So they're saying, this shit has been going on for long enough, everyone does it, we're all guilty, including us, and it needs to stop. And I think that is one of those rare moments of integrity that Valve has going on right now.
Rare.
Very rare. I mean, seriously, Valve has been going downhill for a very long time, and it's time to just come up and do something like this. Actually, blows my mind.
Yeah, Valve kind of went through this bizarre cycle where they went from being a company that made games to being a company that ran Steam to being the company that sold hats to being the company that
So
helps
games
people
that
sell
have
playing
hats.
cards to each other.
And they're the
And
company
hi,
that did all
QQ.
that while selling hats.
For a bit, I had to go take care of real life stuff. I didn't know that you came in here.
Oh, yeah, I'm here. I'm just gonna be pretty quiet for a while. But yeah, now they're kind of a broker that helps people sell playing cards and games to each other, and what? It's just got weird.
And don't forget illegal Counter-Strike gambling.
Oh, yes, how could I forget the illegal Counter-Strike gambling rooms?
Alright,
What you
who the
eating,
fuck is
Mishka?
eating?
Misha is eating all of the Hillary Clinton's hard drive chips that contain her deleted emails.
That's an
You paid me.
efficient disposal technique.
You
Yep.
paid me.
Well, it's a case of we figured out that you can, in fact, erase a server by just wiping it with a cloth or something.
Actually, there's an easy way to do that. EMP bomb.
Oh god, who has the time to make one of those though?
Well, with enough, cleverness and know-how and looking up on the Google, you can figure out how to make one on
I'm
not
sure-
that much resources.
I'm sure if she goes to prison, she'll have plenty of time to learn.
Implying that
I'm
she'll
not
ever be in
sure.
prison.
Good point.
Implying that she will last more than a week in prison without falling over in an asthma and seizure-induced, death, shakes, whatever.
Coughing fit, pants of shit. There, I said it.
I mean, pretty much the only reason Hillary is alive right now is because she's being followed 24/7 by medical practitioners.
Mm-hmm.
We'll probably have a
Yep.
mobile hospital with them at all times.
You mean an ambulance?
No,
Anyways,
at
in
this point, it's
any
considered
case,
a mobile hospital.
pretty much. But yes, in any case, Valve did a good thing, and I think it's something that we should be encouraging more of. Now, if only Valve could get rid of region locking when it comes to gifting games, and basically making the trade restrictions a lot less, retarded.
But how
Yeah,
are
the
they
trade
supposed to
restriction-
stop sites like G2A from growing then?
Yeah, I gotta agree. The trading restrictions are fucking ridiculous. Was it 14 days?
Well, there's one solution. To
14
that.
days unless you sign into their mobile app.
Yeah, which I'm not doing.
Okay, here's a better solution. How about adapt your business model to cope with what G2A does, or to teach players not to be fucking retarded and let themselves get scammed by bad trades. I mean, the biggest reason why Valve made the whole Steam restriction, trade restriction thing is that
We want your
people
phone
kept
numbers.
getting scammed, and people aren't getting any more smarter about it.
Yeah, that's a good point. In fact, we as a country are only getting dumber.
I mean, that is another reason why Valve decided to also put a link filter on everything Steam related. I can't even link to my own Google Drive because apparently that is a blacklisted site, Google Drive.
This link might give your computer a virus. You will not go there. You're not allowed. No allowed go there. Okay.
I think we've exhausted this topic.
Yep.
We have. We're really just pushing at this point. Give me 1 second, and then I will move to the last one. Okay, so ex-Battlefield devs have announced a Viking horror game called White. I don't know if the name is Project White or if the name is White, but anyway.
I think it's a working title.
Yeah.
Kind of like, Project Dolphin.
Yeah. So anyway, that's what it is. It is. Oh, and you don't play as the Vikings, you play as the monster.
Oh.
During Viking times, so you have to go kill the Vikings instead of vice versa.
That's a little bit different.
Yeah. It
Okay,
seems
Mishka.
interesting.
Okay, Mishka, how much did the devs pay to give him that little advertisement?
They paid me in
How
milk
about
bones.
They paid him in milk duds, actually.
No, milk bones.
How many
like
milk
milk
duds?
I don't like milk duds.
That's why he's not
uh,
as showing with this.
5 boxes of large milk bones.
so yeah, I think the nomenclature of the genre as horror is kind of a misnomer because from what I'm looking at from this game, it seems to be more of a stealth sort of game where you have to sneak around and basically kill the Vikings before they can spot you. Because if you go on toe to toe, one on one with them, they're going to fuck you up. But you have one big weapon against them, and it's the fact that you can be hidden pretty easily, and you can leap around, and scramble behind rock crevices and stuff like that.
So it's
I
kind
mean,
of like a
like,
stealth game.
so it's basically like Alien versus Predator, where you play as the alien.
Yep. Seems like it.
I mean, there's not much else to go about it. What I'm hoping for this game is a concept which is kind of taken from zombie mod, where if you kill a Viking, they come back from the dead as a zombie and fight for you as a distraction.
That'd be kind of interesting.
Oh, cool. It's made with Unity.
Ah.
What?
Come on, Unity games can be pretty good.
But
Yeah.
every game's being made with Unity now. It's kind of getting old.
Not true. A lot are being made with Unreal Engine. And actually some with CryEngine since they released it. But not as many as
Pretty
the other
much.
two. I'd like to see more with CryEngine. It's pretty impressive, I think.
Yeah, now the computer's hardware has caught up so it can actually run the damn things.
That's a good point. You only have to have a small supercomputer to run CryEngine.
Instead of a large supercomputer.
Yeah,
So,
you need a large
apparently-
large supercomputer for running Crisis.
So apparently the big
Bobby, it's birthday.
theme for this game is revenge. Basically, humans have pretty much genocided your kind over the years, and you're seeking to pay back what they did to
Buddy
you
was kicked out
and
of
your
your channel.
species.
It's pretty interesting as far as games go currently.
Yep,
I mean, this is
there goes my witch doctor, my plague doctor.
Looks like he got eaten by a white.
And it was the last
But yeah,
battle
they're
too.
Oh,
the
I
glorious
guess this is a
battle.
good time to end this one then.
Well,
But yeah, there's not much to go on with this game. It's just a trailer that shows us a short piece of gameplay. And that's pretty much all we know about the game so far.
if that's it, then that's it for our topics.
Yep.
Yeah, pretty much. And all I can say about this is that I'm actually kind of interested with this game. And I know Kota would be interested, considering that Kota likes stealth games as well.
Stealth and horror, yes.
Well, aside from that, keep an eye out this week for our Killing Floor highlights video.
Yay!
We've been playing a lot of it lately, as some of you have seen in our recent streams. We'll be releasing the highlights hopefully sometime this week.
Let's just say that there's going to be lots of shenanigans on the train tracks.
No, actually, we didn't do much on the train tracks, but that's pretty good.
And
I
that was
think those
pretty
might-
funny. In any case, does
Oh,
anyone have
ever-
any parting words?
Nope, not here. Hope everyone enjoyed.
Yeah.
Y'all have a good weekend.
Good night,
You
guys.
too. Wait a minute.
Take
the
care,
weekend's over, though.
everyone.